Hello everyone, welcome to my episode here on Potter Tongue. Today I will be talking about my Harry Potter pet peeves, but before I get into that, I want to tell you about this very special giveaway that I'm excited about. You will have the chance to win this golden Albus Dumbledore chocolate frog card. Very rare, very desirable, and all you have to do is answer trivia questions. This Sunday, May 1st, I will be at Universal Studios, Hogsmeade Village. I will be sitting underneath the owlery, the owls with the rafters, on one of the benches, and I'll be wearing this very same red Quidditch shirt and this green Slytherin hat. And all you have to do is come up to me between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. and say the secret code phrase, "I am the Half-Blood Prince." So that's your window of opportunity to come up to me, and once you do that, we will begin the trivia, and depending on how well you do, you could win other prizes, such as pastries from Honeydukes, or an item of your choice from Filch's Emporium, or even 10 different Harry Potter pins. But if you do well enough to win the grand prize, that will be the golden chocolate frog card. So, Sunday, May 1st, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. at Hogsmeade Village. Hope to see you there. And if you're interested about this Dark Mark Pilsner glass, I picked this up at Borgin & Burke's. So, if you're brave enough to venture through Nocturne Alley, I highly recommend you pick one of these up for your beverage of choice. Cheers. Now, on with the video. Like I said, this video is about my Harry Potter pet peeves. And these are things that, as a Harry Potter fan, really irritate me that I hear and just come across with other Harry Potter fans. So let's get into my first pet peeve, which is people who claim that they belong to more than one Harry Potter house, or even worse, have a hybrid house. I know it sounds pretty retarded, but I've heard some people say that, oh, I'm a Ravenclaw or I'm a Gryffindor, but the fact of the matter is there's no such thing as that. You're not that complex or deep as a person, and that's just not a thing in the wizarding world. There's one house per person, per sorting, and that's the way it goes. So, I don't care if you took the sorting quiz when you were younger, took it again when you grew up a little bit and got a different result, as long as you're truthful with each of the answers you give. The first time you do that, when you take the sorting quiz, that is your house, and there's really no getting around that. It's really one house per person. That's that. Now the second thing is when people say that Quidditch doesn't make sense. I think the cool or popular opinion that's come around these days is bashing on Quidditch and saying that it's an irrelevant and useless part of the books, especially in the latter part of Harry's story. Let's say from the fourth book onward. But I would argue that Quidditch does make a lot of sense and fits very well into the wizarding world. This is something that J.K. Rowling has put a lot of thought and effort to in mapping out and constructing her wizarding world. She has a whole textbook, Quidditch Through the Ages, that talks about the history and the invention and the metamorphosis and Quidditch through the years and how it's developed to the present day with Harry. But even if you just read the 7 books, not even that, chapter 10 of the first book, when Harry discovers Quidditch and later on plays his first Quidditch game, everything is pretty spelled out clearly and how things work in the game of Quidditch. You might not like that the golden snitch is worth 150 points and is extremely valuable, but if you really understand the game and why it's so popular, and you really need to make an effort to read between the lines and read what J.K. Rowling has written about Quidditch if you're not fully... Okay, you don't have to like Quidditch, but it does have its place in the wizarding world. And even if you go reading all the 7 books and still don't like Quidditch, you could easily pick up Quidditch Through the Ages and understand why certain things are the way they are. I made a whole Quidditch video last year, basically defending Quidditch and the Golden Snitch. And that has more of a technical breakdown, but all I'll say on the matter for this is that Quidditch is one of my favorite, if not the favorite thing about Harry Potter that I like. And when I hear people bash about Quidditch or, belittle the sport, it just hits me hard, because that's one of the things I really love getting lost in, is the intensity in the sport, and imagine myself participating in the game if I really lived during Harry and his time at Hogwarts. So if you don't think Quidditch makes sense, then you should probably reread the books, because I strongly disagree with you. Now, moving on to my third pet peeve, which is a lot of Harry Potter anime-inspired fan art that I've seen out there, very cartoonish drawings, specifically with the Marauders, Moony, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prongs, as their Hogwarts youth when they were younger. And it's really... I'm just not a fan. I don't find it tasteful. It's very off-putting, and I think the more people promote and draw that sort of art, really lessens our chance of getting more future Harry Potter content concerning the Marauders and the original Order of the Phoenix and that whole time period before Harry Potter, but after Fantastic Beasts. So yeah, it's just something I'm not a fan of and don't really support. So anytime I see a depiction of the Marauders as young students outside of Mary Grand Prix's illustrations, it just makes me cringe. Now, moving on to number 4 would be other Harry Potter YouTubers or content creators, whatever that means, that really are invested into Harry Potter collecting. Like, that's their one thing. They like and promote that more than anything else. That is their thing. But when it really comes to the story and certain aspects of it, they don't have the understanding or fandom that other true fans like myself have. Not to name drop, but I will. What the heck? Carla Geojanes is a Harry Potter collector on YouTube, Instagram, and she really wants to get a firebolt, one of the brooms, and okay, that's fine. She already has one of the limited release Nimbus 2000s, but she hasn't even read Quidditch Through the Ages, and I don't think she could even name 2 professional Quidditch teams. And it's just the disconnect from these Harry Potter collectors, that they're more interested and obsessed with the stuff and collecting the things as opposed to the love of the story and the books and what it all means. Because they might get the rush and the thrill and the excitement of getting a new purchase or finding that one item, which is fine. I collect things, but it's the reason why they're doing it. And I can see it in a lot of collectors of Harry Potter items. It doesn't bring them joy. It's not always genuine, is what I'm trying to get around. So that would be my 4th pet peeve. Now my 5th one would be, let me work up to this one. My 5th pet peeve would be people who sing the Hogwarts school song, but missing the words. I've heard this multiple times, mind you, that they'll mess up the first part of the song, which is very simple to learn, should be the first thing you learn. But the beginning of the song, if you don't know, goes like this. Hogwarts, Hogwarts, Hoggy Warty Hogwarts, teach us something, please. But a lot of other fans that don't know the song or don't care to learn, that aren't grossly invested and obsessed with Harry Potter, sing the song like this. Hogwarts, Hogwarts, Hoggy, Hoggy, Hogwarts, teach us something, please. They mess up the Hoggy, Warty, Hogwarts with Hoggy, Hoggy, Hogwarts, and that just really gets me. It's not that hard. It's just a few letters, and if they don't take the time to do that, then they're missing other details about the book, and right there you just know that they aren't that serious about Harry Potter as a fan. So, my sixth and last Harry Potter pet peeve. I thought about this for a while, and I guess I was thinking about doing 7 because 7 is a very powerful, strong, magical number, especially in the wizarding world. But when I really thought about this and compiling my Harry Potter pet peeves, it really only made sense to get 6 together. So my sixth and final one is oh, that's right. People, especially Harry Potter YouTubers, I'm looking at you, Super Carlin Brothers, making ridiculous fan theories and outlandish claims on behalf of Harry Potter fans, speculating and just making absurd, ridiculous theories, such as, I don't know, Mrs. Norris is an animagus, or Draco Malfoy is a werewolf, and things of that nature. These are the type of people that haven't read the Harry Potter books in 3 to 5 years, most likely. They got caught up in all the collecting and making videos and entertaining other people and getting caught up in other interests, which is fine. You're allowed to like other things and still like Harry Potter, but Harry Potter, if you're really a Potterhead, and most Harry Potter fans aren't Potterheads, Harry Potter takes precedent on everything that you're a fan of. But just promoting that stuff and just, it really doesn't make sense why you would put that theory or just speculation out there if you weren't an avid reader or consumer of Harry Potter material, especially the books, because most of the answers to theories or just intricate details and talking points about Harry Potter are found in the books. Yes, there's Pottermore, aka WizardingWorld.com, and even some of the movies give us answers to insights that weren't that explicit in the books, but it really isn't necessary that these far-fetched theories are, one, put out there or even promoted, because, I mean, sure, you could ask the silly questions, but ultimately, are you asking or presenting a theory because you want to know the answer, or you're just posing it for the absurdity of it and for the sake of trying to be creative? So that would be my final pet peeve in regards to other Harry Potter YouTubers. So that is this episode on Potter Tongue. Like I said, if you want to meet myself in person for some Harry Potter trivia to win some cool prizes, find me at Hogsmeade this Sunday, May 1st. Cheers.